Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Driving Side. How's everybody doing today? So, just wanted to get in here, touch base. Really didn't have a whole lot of Camaro talk this week, but I still wanted to touch base and hang out with you guys for a little bit. I kind of thought I'd make just a short live stream. Really want to touch base about this one hypercar that really I think it doesn't get enough exposure. I don't know if a lot of people even know about it, but before we get started, if you're just getting in here, just do me a favor, just like the video, click that little thumbs up. It helps out the stream tremendously. Subscribe or whatever, do what you want, but the like, that's what really is. It helps out. So, anyways. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody's ready for the week ahead. So, I want to touch ground and the one hypercar. And this is one car I've been looking for. And I've been looking for not really just one in general, but the right one. Because they come in a ton of configurations. And I think if anybody in here, do they know even what the logo on the thumbnail means? I'll be impressed if you do. But it's a RCR SLC. And the Super Light Coupe is what the SLC stands for. I'll just add it to the deal here. Super Light Coupe. It actually, you know what? Here, let me get back at you. So, RCR stands for race, let's get back. I'll just put it back in here. It's it's a little company focused on replicas for old racing replicas. They developed this SLC. I'm not sure when. I think it might have been the 90s, early 2000s, somewhere in there. But it was so popular and it's claimed so many titles and it's done so much for itself that over the time it's kind of branched off and created its own brand. So it's the Super Light Coupe. If I can find one of these, I will get rid of my ZL1 on the spot that day. So, I know maybe I'm making the stream just to give you guys a heads up, but I've been looking for years and I haven't found the right ones. But if anybody knows anything about these cars, it's an incredible feat of engineering. These cars, it's actually a kit car, and it's kind of what I brought that question up yesterday in the live stream. Was kind of just, it's kind of like a precursor as to, a kit car. This is probably, if everything's going to go EV and they're going to really just lop everything off, neuter everything, this is probably the way the channel's going to go. So, my ZL1, I'm going to hang on to it until I can find the right car. We're going to keep with the Camaro content, but if I came across the right car tomorrow, this is a car that I would sell for sure. So the SLC, a little bit of specs about it. I mean, as you can see, this thing's full-on race car, and it's been one of my dreams to get a hold of one of these. It's a tube frame chassis. It's just like it says, it's super light, and I think the specs on it. 2,400 pounds. Now, you can build these in different ways. You can put different drivetrains in them. You can put DCTs. You can put manual. You can put different kind of engines. I've seen V6s, V8s, V10s. I don't know if I've seen a V12 yet, but these cars are absolutely incredible. The last I knew, you could probably get, let's see if we can't get like a side profile. Look at that car. Just the physical dimensions of it. It's kind of simplistic, but I love it. I love the style lines and everything about it. Now, you can get these kits made in fiberglass, and you can configure it, it's right here. You can configure it and build it the way you want. But as of right now, I don't have a place to build it. I don't have a place to lay all the parts out. I don't have a place to, because you pretty much got to have a place to... One side for the body, for doing body work, trimming, fitting, doing body work, block sanding, blah, blah, getting it ready for paint. And then you've got to have one side of your shop or garage for the chassis and maybe another spot to do like fabrication. I mean, pretty much everything's done for you, and that's what I love about this kit. Now, There is another kit called the Ultima that will compete directly with this. I know, but that has got to come across the pond. I think that's made in the UK, in England. Or it's either British or it's English. I don't know, but this one is made in Michigan, so it's like 8-9 hours from me. So if I have any problems or anything, man, just look. This car is ridiculous. I don't know if a lot of people even know about these, but they have the transmission that you can use. I believe you can use like a Lamborghini Gallardo. There's a Porsche transmission that you can use. I'm not real big on the mid-engine layout and everything, so all that's new territory to me. But these cars are absolutely amazing. They used to sell for, you can buy the kit for like 55, 65. I mean, really, you can make it cost whatever you want. But 55, 65 is pretty much an entry-level base kit. But, these things have skyrocketed. So people would complete them, finish them, and put them online and start to sell these things. Now they're going for like 130, 140, 150. It depends. I mean, if you go for, some people are just putting like a soft touch paint. Some people are actually putting like ostrich leather in them. Some people are going all out. It depends, but these things are running crazy numbers. And it's all American made. The thing is like for, I would say 200 grand would buy you a decent kit, but this thing would absolutely decimate pretty much anything up to anything that I can think of. 2,400 pounds, so it's sub 3,000 pounds. And I think this chassis will take up to like 1,500 horsepower. So if I could find a LS7, I'm looking for a twin turbo LS7 SLC. Not sure if I'll ever find it, but yes, this is the car. But they're all handmade. They're all handmade off of a jig. And I don't believe it might be in Detroit. Let's see here. They got. Let's see here. It says, "Oh shit, it must be serious." It is. It is. These things are absolutely. These things are insane. They're crazy. But the thing is it's all American, and you've got the manufacturer, everything right hours away from me. So, I mean, for now, I'm hanging on to ZL1. I'm gonna see, where this takes us. But yeah, my man. Could you put up a link in the comments? Thanks. I'll try. I'll try here in just a little bit. Missouri Racing Channel. I haven't seen you in a while, bud. Personal opinion: ZL1 manual or C7 Z06 manual. Let me ask you: is it a daily or a weekend? Put that in the comments. That's really where it's gonna hinge. If it's a daily, it's ZL1. If it's a weekend, man, I don't know. I don't like the 7 gears. I prefer the 6. But the C7 Z06 is made out of SMC, and it's made to be a lot more slippery through the air. Bone stock. Yeah, C7Z. C7Z, I mean, you still have a massive trunk, so where you can, if you need to stop somewhere, grab something, you can still fit a ton of stuff in the back. I would try to find one with the competition seats. I think that was only like a $500 upgrade or, upcharge. Not to mention the heat soak issues. Yeah. So if you're going to get one like a 17. You can find a 2015 or 2016, but make sure it's got the tall lid with the bigger bricks in it, because that's going to be that's where they really lacked on the 2015, 2016, and they had a whole lot of heating problems. The front end of the car really doesn't allow a whole lot of air in at lower speeds, but if you're doing like 50, 60 plus, I haven't really had a whole lot of, I haven't heard of people having a whole lot of issues, but definitely look into getting meth. I think my kit was like, I went to Keller Performance. If you're in Missouri, you're right there, Kansas City. Hit them up. Dude, it was cheap. And I had a hiccup with it once, but after they fixed it, it's been bang on. It's been consistent, reliable, and you can tell that little blower, that little 1.7, it needs some help cooling off and everything. So, oh my God, I'm so jealous. Yes. Yeah, I'm in Iowa. I'm up here in Des Moines, Iowa, like a suburb of Des Moines. So he's like, I went down there twice. He's like 180 miles from me. Oh man, I tell you what, I'd lose a lot of cash if I lived 10 minutes from him. But yeah, he's super cool dude, super nice guy. All the work that they did was really clean, on point, and the price was like really fair. So yeah, he is a great guy. He's freaking cool as hell. But yeah, they stay busy, and they stay busy for a reason. But yeah, he was nice enough. I called him up, and he got my car slipped in, and yeah, kept me up to date. I mean, there's really nothing to bitch about. You know what I mean? As far as the way I got treated and everything there. So I can't recommend them enough. Typically I wear their hat for a reason, you know, because I was just impressed. But yeah, I live close to Paragon Performance. They're typically C8. But yeah, as soon as it warms up, I'll probably be calling Justin again, and we're going to be seeing what we can't eke out of the ZL1, you know, before the 1LE gets here. So Tracy, what's up, buddy? Says, you would be proud. I busted a Everybody, let's have a slow clap for Tracy Jenkins, buddy. Okay, all right. And maybe like a sentence or two, can you sum it up and just tell us how you cracked its ass right in two, buddy? I need to know. Was it that yellow one? But yeah. Definitely let him know you're gonna bring it down here so I can see it. It's like, yeah, I will. I like I said, I'll make a video of it. I typically do. I was kind of being a dumbass about it the last time, but yeah, it's. I mean, I did it more for my channel than anything, but yes, I heard a lot of good things about him. Just Tune, solid tune. I mean. Yeah, I mean, if you're in the Midwest, I don't know why you have no reason not to go to them. I mean, it's not like you have to bust the bank to you know, hit him up, check him out. Super nice guy. He really doesn't play keep away with knowledge or try to play games or, you know, try to be condescending or you know, any kind of mental gymnastics or whatever. So yeah, I mean that's why I'm gonna be back. So. I don't know. I'm gonna hit him up, and I think we might do heads can. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. He says it wasn't the yellow one, but it was no competition. Surprise! Big surprise, buddy. Yeah. Very friendly. He is huge on communication, getting you right. He is. Yeah. He's real cool. And you know what? I got a lot going on. He had a lot going on, and it was real slick. The communication. I dropped the car off, and he made sure people, you know what I mean. And yeah, it was real easy. But yeah, all right. What do you have, a ZL1, or are you looking to buy, or what are you driving right now? Let me see here, Tracy, would you leave me? Would you leave the channel if I bought a SLC? Right now they're running about 120 grand. But I can't find the right configuration of which one that I like. It's been a dream of mine to own one. The only issue I'm running into is fitting in the damn thing. So it's got an O2 Mustang. Yeah, I had an O2 Mustang. Those 4.6s, they're not slow, man. They're not I believe it was a Romeo 2 valve that was in those. But yeah, those Romeos, man, dude, those things, they move. They move with the X pipe, and they sound good too, dude. Sound real good. But yes, SLC. I can't seem to find one of these things, but man, I tell you what, it's been a dream of mine. If Chevrolet drops a Camaro, it's just, here's my thing is, me being on YouTube talking about the thing and pumping the brand, talking about the brand, it's kind of hard for me to stand behind something that's going to ultimately screw us and try to, ram something up our ass that, nobody is wanting. Nobody. Where do you shop online for the SLC? They have their own site. It's kind of like a DuPont registry for SLCs. You see them pop up on eBay from time to time, but not a lot of people know how to market them. Not a lot of people know what they are. It's all in the marketing, and it's all in the advertisement. It's all on the presentation. And if you don't know how to nail those, you're not gonna find the right buyer for the car. You might find a buyer, but you're not gonna find the right buyer. So, I've been wanting to build one, but I liquidated everything. I don't have a shop anymore. I don't have the space to do it. So pretty much right now for the channel, I do want to buy one. They're absolutely insane, and the more you find out about them, this is kind of prepping everything for a pivotal point, coming up on Camaro of 2025. So, yeah, tonight I want to talk SLC. See here, Missouri Racing says, I want to build the bottom end, and then I'm thinking of putting a P1. Oh, okay, going Pro Charger. If not, then the P Series, I'm going to go with the F Series. Yeah. The only problem I have about a Pro Charger, and I would look at a Pro Charger for my ZL1, is if you're racing a track, they're perfect. They're great. You can pretty much tell, because everything is basically a correlation between the crank pulley and the pulley on the supercharger. And, exactly at what RPM you're making what power at what torque. And there's no getting away from that. So, it's predictable. There's a little bit of lag, but they do make a lot of power, dude. A lot of power. Like a roots blower or a screw blower, it robs horsepower to make horsepower, but the horsepower in return that you do make on the positive displacement blower is way, way more than it takes to actually get the thing going. We don't have that with the Pro Charger, so you see a big power gains with the Pro Charger. Twin turbo, I'm thinking twin turbo. That thing would be awesome on a twin turbo kit, but the only thing I don't like about twin turbo is, man, when you put something on the exhaust side and you get those impellers chopping up the pulses coming off the heads, it really messes with the freaking exhaust sound. And especially like your Romeo 2-valve, those things sound so good. Especially if you get like an X pipe that goes directly like under the floor pan, right up by the driver's side, something closer to the engine, those things sound amazing. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe a Pro Charger, or yeah, that would probably be the way to go. I'd hit up Justin, and I'm sure that he's got a couple Ford guys up there that they'll be able to work the kinks out for you. They have probably something that's tried and true to combination that it's working really, really well. End goal is 7,800 wheel. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm at 735 with my ZL1, and yeah. On I believe that wasn't the SN195. I think that is. Yeah, dude, that's a lot for that car. That's a lot. If it gets away from you, it'll freaking no cats with the X. Yes, it's the way to do it. Yeah, if you can make 7,800, you just watch your ass with that thing, man. That's all I got to say. No, let's see here. I'm sorry, Tracy. I'm sorry. No big guy. Hey, buddy. I appreciate that. Lifetime subscriber. I appreciate that. It's like I said. It's what everybody likes. And if everybody just loves Camaros, it would be boring. Seriously. Yeah, honestly. I've even thought about going back and getting rid of my ZL1 and buying an LT1 RS. Because, you know, everybody, it has a bad stigma or connotation, but there's so much potential there. Yeah, it's just insane. But, you know, it's kind of hard and it's kind of demoralizing for me to sit here and just throw tens of thousands of dollars at something to where everyone's just like, whatever, it's going to be gone in a little bit anyways, you know. Redline or nothing. I'm at 920 wheel. 2JZ. Is that a Mark IV? With a 6870. Man, 920 wheel. Dude. What's that 2JZ in? Just weighed yesterday. 3380 with the factory. Ooh, that's pretty light, actually. They're really not that big of a car. They're really not that big of a car. And, you know, man. Mark IV Supra. Yeah, all's welcome here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Is it a 6-speed or did you get the auto? I've heard the autos kind of suck in those, in those Mark IV Supras, but you know, 920 wheel, man. That's moving, dude. But I made the mistake of driving a friend's Camaro. Yeah, hey, got the 6-speed. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, that 1LE. I don't know if it's a 5th gen or 6th gen, but dude, I'm tell you what, you're you know, oof, you be making a ton of power for a lot less money, Wanted to make it a roll car, so I'm thinking of hitting the entire, yeah, it's I get your. The heaviest thing in those cars is going to be the seats. And I don't think, you know, cumulatively speaking, if you got the whole interior and everything, maybe the airbags, but I don't know. You might lose, 120 pounds? I'm just saying. That's kind of what sells me about this SLC. 2,400 pounds. 2,400 pounds. The entire car ready to go. Curb weight, wet. Yeah, with about 1,500 horsepower, mid-engine. If I could get one with LS7 twin turbo, oh shoot, yeah. Fell in love, and I want the ZL1 1LE. Man, I tell you what, yeah, it's a ridiculous car. If you can get over the stigma of I can't see anything, if you can get over that stigma, there's nothing to not like about the car. And actually, in hindsight, I thank God that I bought the car that I did, because I just think it's better than Corvette. Our SLC street legal. Okay, so it's a kit. So you have to take it to the DOT, and they have to. And this is another reason why I kind of want to buy one that's already done, because you have to take it to the DOT. You have to go on a street drive. You have to prove that the turn signals work, the windshield wipers work, brake lights, headlights, blah, blah, blah. And all this stuff costs money to, have not instructor, but whoever the person is to actually go out and verify that this stuff is actually, it is what you say it is, and to process the paperwork through to whatever state you're going to register the car in, because it really only comes with the MSO, which is a manufacturer state of origin, kind of like a chopper. And once you get that titled through, it's like any other car. You can transfer it to any state that you want, but the price goes way up, once it's built. So, I mean, if you can buy the kit for 50 to 75 grand, if you buy one already done, you're looking 130 to 150. So why would I double the cost? I'll pocket the extra 50 to, I'm short, so no problem in see. Oh yeah, there you go, bud. Yeah. Yeah. Cody from Hot One Elite, he's 6'4", tall dude, and that's the way they designed. Al, what is it, Al Oppenheimer or whatever his last name is. I feel bad because I'm terrible with names, but dude, him and his team of engineers nailed this car. They nailed it. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The only thing I don't like is they set you up for a good starting point. So the blower is a 1.7. It's too small. So you need to put, at least a 2.3 or, 2650 or a 2.9 or something on it to get it going. Well, I'm going to head out. Thanks for the chats. I'll make sure to drive by Justin's lot. Yeah, if you talk to him, tell him I said hey. And, yeah, bud, have a good night. We'll see you on the next one. Yes. But they definitely designed the Camaro right on this one. So it's impressive. But like I was saying, they set you up with a good starting point, But, yeah. It just costs a lot of money. The only thing I don't like is the DI. I wish they would have done like Ford and stacked tune port on it. People would be, you wouldn't be running into a lot of crazy situations. But, it's kind of like Mustang. The Tremec that comes in Mustang, it's rated for like 100 foot-pounds over what the car comes with. In the Camaro, it's 1,000. Whether you buy the SS or the ZL1, the transmission is rated at 1,000 foot-pounds. So they give you like some, a really good starting point, but it's kind of like, God dang, you're just shelling out cash to keep this thing reliable and to keep the power, climbing horsepower mountain. Once you're acclimated, it's all good. Dude, yeah. And it only takes a couple lane changes. Like when you deviate out of your lane a couple times, and you get the hang of it, and you realize where all four corners are, it's no big deal. You don't know what the internet's bitching about. It's like, man, it's almost embarrassing. It's almost as embarrassing as people saying that 650 horsepower is too much to drive with a manual transmission. It's like, dude, just quit. Says you can buy these super lights in stages. Yeah, so you can buy just the chassis kit, so you get like stages 1 through 5, or you can buy like 5 through 10, if you have like 15 stages all together. So you put money in, you want, like I did with my 60, exactly like you did. Yep, so you get to build it as you go. But the end result, unlike your Yanko, when you went through the building process of your Yanko, the SLC, because of the extra shipping, because you're shipping extra crates more times than you should rather than just one big kit, the cost adds up, and it's going to be you're going to spend probably 5, 6, 7, 8 grand more at the end of it. But you're right. It is you are able to do it in stages. But it's an unbelievable car. The downforce and the aero. Let's see if we can't find anything here. I went through the website, what was it, last week? So you would think that I would be able to modern technology and engineering. What is this? Is this where we, everything's TIG, blah, 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 rigidity. It pretty much goes through and, it tells you the chassis. That's the magic of this is it's a monocoque design, but it's aluminum and it's TIG welded, sealed all in one. So it's like this little aluminum capsule, and you guys can hop online and watch these videos or whatever, but it's actually the core of it of what makes this thing so freaking strong. But the downforce, and this car really doesn't come into its own till about maybe 100 miles an hour or whatever. You just don't see them online. If you do, people end up really... They start a channel, you see the kit in pieces, and then when they're done, there's really no more videos. It's like, come on, man. Like, you're just getting to the good part. Like, what are you doing? But yes, you can go in. Let's see here if this was... No, that was the homepage for that. But yes, you can go in, and like I said, sky's the limit. If you want to make this thing out of carbon fiber, pretty much every piece is made out of carbon fiber. If not, it'll be SMC like a Corvette. 2,400 pounds. I think this thing, I read somewhere that this thing had a theoretical speed of like over 300 miles an hour. This thing is absolutely insane. The Porsche G50 transaxle. And it uses the gate and shifter out of a Audi R8, which I'm not too fond of, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. Let's get back over here in the stream. If you're close, though, you could just pick up the stuff you want. Yeah, you could. I don't have a truck. It's kind of like you not being able to haul wood in your Yanko, and me not being able to haul a crate in my Z01. Just rewind the hands of time. I'm in the same boat, buddy. I'm in the same boat. Man, I'm trying to see here. I'm trying to remember where it was. But if you guys get a chance, check this thing out, because not a lot of people know what they are. I'm seriously thinking about turnkey minus pro. What? Completion. There was give me 1 second. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had this figured out. I had a lot of stuff going on today, and I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. I don't need to prep. I got this. I've seen this thing 1,000 times. Then you get in here, and it's like, man, I don't know if they've made minor tweaks or whatever, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. If I find it, I will make it in another stream. That's what friends are for. In a case of... Listen. Look. Yeah. I tell you what, Tracy, I like your style, buddy. That is exactly what friends are for. Yes, sir. How many miles do you have on your Yanko now, Tracy? Have you got broke in? Have you got it up to speed? Have you really laid into it? I mean, I can't really see those Nittos holding that much power. It's only a 320 treadwear tire. But... another avenue I wanted to discuss tonight was, I wanted to get it out of the way. I don't really have a whole lot, but GM's V8, and pretty much everything that you find online, it's just them they're going to be breaking this off in stages. And what they've told us right now, it's pretty much just a breakdown of what plants and what states they're going to allocate or earmark so much money now. And the breakdown, about 150. Yeah, there you go. I bet it did it pretty easy. I bet it did it. I bet you had a lot to go in that car. I can only imagine. I have seen videos of 1,000 wheel 10-speed car. Yeah, brother. I mean, listen, I was talking to the guy, I can't remember, I think it was Mark from Racing for ALS, and I was about to buy the Supercar 3Rs, which is a 100 treadwear rating tire. I've been told it's almost like a cheater tire. It's so sticky and it's so good for the streets. But he was saying to actually go with just the standard Supercar 3. So I would go back to the original tire, the regular tire that came on the car to begin with. Speedo says yeah, I can't. Mine says 200. I thought your Yanko said 220. Didn't you get like a special instrument cluster? I'm not sure, because when it went into SVE, that probably took a few months, because they do quite a bit to that car. I mean, it's not just like a sticker package that you get in those things. I mean, The clutch comes out, the engine comes out. They put new sleeves in it. It goes from a 6.2 to a 6.6. You get a different blower, or actually, I'm sorry, it's an LT1, so you didn't even have a blower to begin with. So yeah, that car goes through quite a bit of transformation. So I understand it's an expensive package, but you probably got your money's worth in it. But I thought the speedometer said 220 in those. I could be wrong. But yeah, my ZL1 says 200. I'll bet you I do every bit of it too. Seriously. Man. I tell you what, hey Tracy, if I ever fly out to North Carolina, would you ever let me review that car? And I don't want to drive it. Take me for a ride in it and review the car. Hate to put you on the spot here, but yeah. As far as I know, 200. But I'll look. Yeah. I'm not 100% on that. I'm not 100% on that. But something told me when I was doing the homework for that video that I made that I thought I saw 220 on there somewhere, but could be. Yeah. Looks like the driving side might be heading to North Carolina this summer. We might have to work something out here, bud. Oh, is that where you are? Yeah, all right, okay, all right, yeah. Are you close to Charlotte? So yes, the SLC. I do believe that this thing. No, I'm sorry. I was like I said, we're all nobody special. We're all nobody special. Trust me. I was talking to somebody today about my ZL1, and it's just, I'm not better than anybody. I mean, the thing is it's like, your car costs money and my car just costs a little bit more money. That's the only difference. It's not a difference of any kind of human being or any kind of person. It's just money. You know what I mean? So, yes, I 100% understand what you're saying. I did think of something after we ended the stream yesterday, and I kind of was thinking like, maybe we might be seeing a 7th gen Camaro. Heck of a spot in the sentence to take a drink, wasn't it? We might be seeing a 7th generation Camaro sooner than we think. Because I was thinking about, if history does repeat itself and, the way things have played out, C8 Corvette. Now, hang with me. What if it gets a refresh? What if they do like a mid-generation refresh right around 2024, 2025, and they get this new V8 into the C8 Stingray? So, if they get it in there, do you guys think that we would actually maybe, because they did it with the C6. I don't know the exact years, but they had the LS2 when it first came out for a couple years, and then they, switched it over to the LS3, had a refresh in 07, 08, something like that. I think that's when the LS3 came into play. And I'm thinking, maybe the same thing could happen here. Yeah. That's what I said. It's the cars that bring us together. It's just like Missouri Racing Channel with his 2-valve Mustang. I don't care. If you're an honest to God, nice person, a genuine nice person, I could talk to you about anything and whatever. It's as soon as you start the dumb shit or the fighting or coming in and attacking people, I'm gonna kick you out. But other than that, I really don't care. Drive a 2JZ, you drive a 2-valve Romeo. It really doesn't matter to me. It's not my pocketbook, right? So, Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think that we might be able to get slip the V8 into the Corvette here mid-generation, and then maybe get like a 7th generation? Because like I said, they've already got the Alpha 2 in Cadillac, and that's where our Alpha platform came from. So I don't know. Maybe. 2SS Gorilla. I feel like we will have a gap of not having a new generation Camaro, like going from the 4th gen to the 5th. Yeah. I mean, like I said, nobody knows for sure, but I'm not giving up faith. The thing is they have took the gun and boom, shot themselves in the foot with not even saying anything about this car. And it's such an amazing car. Like my ZL1, throw snow tires on it, it'll do it. It goes through the snow. I mean, they are just... I don't know what else you could want from a car in order for them to shed a little bit of the limelight on this car. But honest to God, I sat in a Corvette, a C8 Corvette, sat in a couple of them. It's different. It's weird, but as soon as you get used to it, it's just going to be a little bit more of a plush Camaro. A little bit, everything's kind of soft feeling because you have the Napa leather in those, but it's not. I mean, like I said, I sat in a Corvette, sat in a C8, 1LT, 2LT. It catches your attention for a little bit because it's just something different. But then, after you look back and you look over at the ZL1, you know what the thing is capable of doing. And when they neutered the C8, I heard. Now the rumor is that they're going to give the keys or the code to break the encryption to Callaway. How much truth is in that? I don't know. But I mean, I haven't seen anything yet or heard anything. Yeah, makes sense, and it's just a matter if it's profitable to GM. Dude, the thing is like they gotta talk about it. I mean, us on social media and us throughout the community can only do so much. They have to talk about it in order, this is because their marketing, their hype, that's where all the trends start. And there is no way that you can tell me a Mustang, a S550 Mustang, is better than a Camaro SS1LE. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. The 10-speed's better. The no-lift shift works better. The chassis better. Just all the little stupid little things. It doesn't nickel and dime you because it doesn't break all the time. There's just no way that you can convince me. I mean, other than maybe, I haven't checked the MSRP, but maybe a GT Premium is a little bit cheaper than an SS1LE, but maybe that's a thing. That could be a factor, but it seems like when people, it's like real estate. When people spearhead after something, it's just everybody follows the leader, and it's just there's a whole crowd of them that follow after because nobody really sets down. Because I sit down and I put a pencil to it, and trust me, if it's better for me to drive a 6th generation Corvette, that's what's going to be on the channel. And I've sat down and I've looked at it and I've analyzed everything. The only thing I can't find is the spot weld count on the chassis. And I've asked Chevrolet and I can't get anybody to back to me on that. But yeah. The spot welds, that's really going to... Spot welds... ultra high strength steel, advanced strength steel, whatever you want to call it. Placement, amount, the quantity, that's going to be a lot of it as far as the chassis and keeping it light, putting its strength where it needs to be. Now, when it's strong, metal like that is super light, it carries harmonics, like the hertz from the tire going across the, just the road noise, stuff like that. That's a factor. I've looked at all this and I'm telling you, the Camaro is it's better. It's better. And the SS1LE, I bet the 1LE is what made Ford redo the Mustang. Yeah, the PP2, and I think even Cody was saying it, the SS1 Elite is just better. I'm telling you, I think they effed up. They effed up hard because they gave you so much car. I mean, the weak link in it is the clutch or the transmission if you buy the 10-speed, but the clutch, these clutches are rated at like, nobody knows, and they're all different, but anywhere from like 800 to 850 wheel, they start breaking. It's factory twin disc. I cut one open. I mean, you can go back on my channel and look at the video, but yeah, these cars are ridiculous. The transmission's rated at 1,000 foot-pounds. The ELSD's rated at 1,450 foot-pounds. You'll be snapping axles before, but you know, like I said, those are cheap. Like I said, they give you a good platform to work off of. It's just you have to upgrade a lot in order to get there. But you have to understand that if they did the upgrades for you, the car's going to hit $100,000, and then you know nobody's going to be able to afford it. So I understand why they did what they did, but some of it's just freaking annoying. Yeah, I bet the one only. Yeah. The 5.0s, don't underestimate them, man. I'm telling you. That's how you get your ass busted. I've driven both, and don't get me wrong, the Mustang is a phenomenal car, but the 1LE to me just inspires more confidence. Yeah, when being aggressive and the twisties. The only thing I don't like about the way GM does, and they have engineers, and it seems like they just overcomplicate things, and you're sitting there doing this shit. Like, it's 1,000 button presses to do one simple damn thing. But when it does that one thing, it does it really well. So it's a personal preference. And, the line lock, I did a short on that. It got almost 1 million views, but, it's just, it's shocking. When you can sit here and just press a button, hold the brakes, press a button, let off the brakes, and your front brakes are still held. Rather than sitting here doing this up, down, blah, blah, you know what I mean? I get why people are leaving the comments that they are, but if you go through and read the comments, man, I'm telling you. Let's see here. I can't. But yeah, the Camaro versus a Corvette, it has to be cost. It has to be cost, and also they market the damn thing. So it's just very it's very disheartening. Why we've lost out the way we have. But like I said, I think by the time people come around to realize that what the car actually is, there's going to be such a low quantity of them out there that I think that the price on them is going to skyrocket. It's either that, or there's going to be so many trashed Mustangs and so many trashed Hellcats out there that it's gonna be all that's left. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, finish up on this Chevrolet V8. I just want to touch base on it. I mean, this is from GM Authority, and all it is, like I said, they're gonna tell us that we're going to get pretty much. Let me back out here. Pretty much all we're going to be getting more power and a 5% fuel economy increase. What that tells us, like I said last night, I like the fact that they're leading with a performance factor, because that kind of tells me, I did read in another article, if I find it, I will post it, a link to it, but I did find another article about that they are intending to use this thing for Corvette. So if they're going to use it for Corvette, if we're going to get a Camaro, it'll be in Camaro. I like the fact that they're saying that the power bump is going to be there, and I don't think that they're going to let Ford just pick up the ball and run home with it. But I think we all saw what happened between 2002 and 2009. Or 2003, 2009, that 6-year time span. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that how long of a break do you think that we're going to take? Because I really don't see Everybody's saying that, you know, we don't see any test mules, we don't see any spy shots, we don't see any this, we don't see any of that. Well, I mean, true, but like I said, I think there might be a little bit of a hiatus coming, but it's nothing that we've done. It's just they don't seem to care about the car. So, yeah, like I said, this is on them. The low sales numbers and everything, it is on them. They have worried too much about but I do love the fact that some of these comments, I like to finish. They worry entirely too much about the C8. I think that the C8, when it initially came out and they had the spy shots released and they were doing all these teasers because they teased it for forever. I think all that hype went to their head, but I think it was, you know, like a frying pan. You know, it was here one day and it was gone the next, and I don't see the hype carrying or being sustained anymore. But you're gonna read a lot of people awesome about the time that they ease up on all this EV nonsense. Options are a good thing, aren't they, Tracy? Yeah, they are. They're a good thing. I've always said trucks would be the last to convert, and no news. Or I'm sorry, they've always said that the trucks would be the last to convert. No news. And you can read them just on and on and on. It's everything that pretty much I've been saying this whole time. I'm sorry, you weren't even in the stream. But yeah, we'll I'm getting acclimated to the StreamYard. But yeah, if you go down here and read on GM Authority, just Google, type it in, the GM's new 6th generation V8, go down to the bottom, you can read all these comments. And I mean, this is everything that we have been talking about on the channel, everything that we've been preaching, and everything that, pretty much you've been reading in the comment section. It's just a reiteration of everything, and it's, I honest to God hope GM is listening. I really don't think that, they're going to let everything just die off, but you never know. Red light, I'm sorry, I already did that. I fear the worst, but nothing is written in stone. No word from GM. Exactly. So maybe there's still hope. That's why I'm doing these videos. Because it's too easy to roll over and give up. It's too easy to be pessimistic and just say, shit, we're not getting the car. Fuck, I better go look for something else. No, screw that. I mean, there's still a lot of indicators to where even if they don't, I'm going to present all this to you, and I'm going to let you know how easy it was for them to do it if they so choose to do it. So if they slam the door in your face, you know that they had viable options right at their fingertips the entire time, and this was a conscious decision to say screw you and screw the Camaro. So, yeah, I'm going to remain positive until I hear the word from GM. If I'm wrong, so what? I'll get on here and I'll be the first one to admit I'm wrong. I'm very good with that. But I just don't let them see an iconic car like the Camaro. That's been around since '69. I mean, we did have a 6-year hiatus, but I don't see them letting it just die off into the weeds like that. I also really don't see them making an EV out of it. That aspect of it, I think that is... I genuinely hope that they do not follow forward on that one. They really haven't given the Camaro a fair shake. No, they haven't. They haven't. And that's what infuriates me so much about this car is, they spent like $150 on freaking the marketing for this whole damn project. Everything down to the photos. Everything that's online, everything that's on the website, that's what they print in their catalog that comes out quarterly. That's all we get, man. So I'm saying if they took the time to actually market the car correctly, they would. I mean, sales would jump, no brain. I mean, come on. Like I said, really nothing cool about an EV. Nobody wants to go to an EV car show. No. 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 I mean, I'm not dropping any names. I'm not dropping any channel names. But look at the content online. I mean, they're trying so hard to play it up. They go from 0 to 60 really fast. I haven't driven a Plaid, but I hear the Plaid does have beyond 60 capabilities, but the build quality is junk. The brakes are way too small. The handling is trash. I mean, I just haven't heard. They don't have anything of a real competition that can convince me that EVs would even be a option for me. Like I said, it would. I have a car that I daily drive. I paid $150 for this car. Now, I put a lot of money and parts in it, fixing it up. You could convince me that an EV would be a better solution to that. If I could get like a dirt cheap low lease on it, that's where I'm at with EV. It's nothing inspiring, cool, or whatever that I'm not a huge Stradman watcher, but he had issues with his Hummer. Probably. I mean, probably. It is no. Yes, it is proof of the reason not to push the EV stuff. Listen, I mean, when Tesla has an update and, you can fetch your car from a parking spot or the autopilot driving or whatever, it's cool, but, I mean, that's not what I find cool about cars. It's nothing that interests me. I mean, it's not a video game. I guess you have to have a whole different mentality is what I'm learning about this entire experience. So yeah, the Hummer EV, the crab walk from what I'm seeing, not impressed, man. I'll pass on the whole deal. They have their place with the options, man. Options. Don't shove it down our throats. I'm not gonna let them. I will buy a kit car before I even consider that shit. So the simple fact of, they've already said that they're going to be making V8s for decades to come. There's nothing that says they're not going to be making crate engines because there's no EPA restrictions. Look at the Elephant, 1,000 horsepower. They were saying that it's not road legal but I mean it's a freaking motor, dude. I mean, there's no exhaust that comes with a crate engine, so you can't really say that it's not street legal. I mean, the whole thing and that whole approach was so stupid. Whoever bought into it, just really, I'm questioning you, man. But yeah, as long as we have crate engines available, all you need is ECM and the wiring loom. That's it, and the pedal, obviously. But yeah, the rest of it can be figured out. Yeah, and a guy who works for area dealership, and those EV Hummers are trash. A lot of issues. What's really cool about them? 11,000 foot-pounds of torque. I guess they do go 0 to 60 quick, but they fall in line with every other EV, and it's kind of like a one-trick pony. The rest of it is, and I think people are paying absurd amounts of money for them. I'm just not. I'm not sold. Right? Actually, have fun driving my car. Yes. I mean, and the thing that I love about internal combustion engines, every car is different. Yeah, okay, you can move from ZL1, LT4 to LT4 to LT. They're all different. They all run different. They all make different levels of power. It's just a phenomenon. Your average person, which we're outnumbered on, they don't experience or understand. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's Kind of feels like you're fighting City Hall on the whole deal, but yeah. What do you like to do? What's up, bud? He went to multiple charging stations and they wouldn't work. What? I don't understand this whole thing. Maybe other people know more than I do, but I thought they had one universal plug. I thought Porsche was the only one that had something different because they went to an 800 volt architecture. But am I missing something here? I'm not. So they got different plugs for different cars. I mean, I can see it happening, but that's just kind of dumb. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, he had to tow it. Oh, I'll be flaming pissed if I'm calling a tow truck because had charge overnight while he stayed in a hotel room about 60 miles from home. Oh man. Yes, I can be stressed from work and it's just therapeutic. Sorry, to jump in my Camaro and just drive. Yeah. Just push to accelerate, man. The thing can go from mild to wild and just like that. And I mean, how the power's gonna come on, the noises it's gonna make. I mean, yeah, it's it is therapeutic, and a lot of people don't understand that. I just it makes me sad sometimes because it's like, oh my god, what in the hell? Because if you don't understand that and you don't have that in your life or in your blood, what are you into? Because I mean, cars consume a lot of my existence and a lot of my life. It's miles to the gallon, not miles to the... Yeah. And I don't even care if it's gallons to the mile. I really don't care. The thing is yeah. I can't imagine myself being without an internal combustion engine. I just don't want to. It doesn't interest me. The EV route... Because here's the thing is, they've been around for, how long is Honda, the Prius? If they were going to have their big wonder or their big, what they're famous for, what they're known for, they would have flexed that muscle by now. And you see corporations just throwing good money after bad. Just throwing it down a rabbit hole. After you can't help but wonder if they're playing follow the leader in some things just because they see a little bit of profit to be made. But yeah, like I said, the A to B cars, SUVs, whatever, if you want to make those EV, I think even SUVs are going to have gas engines for a while. Trucks and SUVs are going to have gas engines. Have the option. Maybe your compact, subcompact vehicles, maybe go EV on those. Other than that, the performance stuff, I just don't see people freaking switching over, period. But yeah, I can't wait for the next Easter egg for GM to drop on us, but I don't think that they're going to be wasting any time. I think that this motor they're going to be wanting to develop, get it out in the public eye, and then they're going to be trying to get it on the road. Do you think that we'll be getting a refresh of the C8? In 2020, this thing hit hard, and everybody was really raving about this car, but to me, that's going to be the hinging point as to if we get a Camaro 7 right away. If not, then I think we're going to be waiting a little bit, but yeah. Tracy, like I told you, I think somebody's making a lot of money off these EVs. Yeah, and it's so freaking sad. It's so freaking sad. And like I tell the public, you vote with your money. If you don't buy them and they're sitting on these things, they're not going to make them. Because if they can't make money, they can't afford to sit here and just throw good money after bad. Does anyone know if the LT8T 6.6 iron block V8s can be used with other versions of LT motors? I'm not sure. But yes, I don't know on that. Hopefully someone in the freaking chat can help him out. But even if you're seeing this video after the fact, leave a comment below, because it's what it's all about, is helping each other out. As far as was aware, I could have L18. What did that come in? 6.6 iron block. Was that a truck motor? It almost would have had to have been, if it's iron. All the green stuff. Yeah. Nope. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but I'm just saying, you know, in the past, it's kind of obvious of what's sold, what's caught on, what's trendy, what's not. But I just don't see it happening. I don't see. There's no cool factor. There's no wow factor. There's nothing to be sold. So, yeah. Like I said, the green, the performance side and the green side, or the average car, regular car, whatever you want to call it, they're just two different things. They're two different things, and they're two different markets. Yes, the truck motor. I don't know, bud. I honestly don't know. As far as I was aware, that was the selling point on these modular motors, was you could plug them this like Lego sets. But yes, I don't see Cody from Hot 1 LE might be a better source to hit up and shake the cherry tree on this, because he studies that stuff a whole lot more than I do. As far as me, I'm trying to figure out how to make this car faster and how to do it within my budget. So I would hit Cody up, ask him. As far as I'm aware, I would say I would not see a reason why not, because that's a whole selling point on these modular motors is, you know, you're supposed to be able to use components on different motors. But I wish I could help you out, buddy, but I can't. So my thoughts are it could make a sweet stroker build. Dude, I mean, yeah. Like how people used to put stroke the 6.0 and the LS motors. Yeah, is it L99? Those L99s. Yeah. Yeah, you could do it on a budget too, man. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much you can do to this LT platform. So much. I mean, I don't know what kind of power level you're looking for, but you can get power out of these things so damn easy. I mean, especially if you put boost on them. Jesus. I mean, like I said, with a couple supporting mods, I just switched fuel and I gained 70 wheel. I mean, that's a lot for just putting a different fuel in the tank. So, yeah. What are you going to put that stroker in? Hopefully it's not your 1LE. Come on, man. That LT1, you could build that sucker up and make it freaking fast, buddy. Okay, well, I think that's gonna hit it for the weekend, bud. I think if you guys have any questions, anything you want to add to, so you think you might get one of these super lights, dude? I've been trying. I want an LS7 twin turbo, and I want a stick car. I want the gated one. So I've been looking for one. Everyone's cramming LT4s in them, or LS3s, or but I want the 427. I want, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for one. If the Camaro is gonna die, the thing is the dealerships are gonna stop carrying parts for these cars, and the fact of the YouTube channel and everything, it's not like I can just tuck it away in the garage, throw a cover over it, and walk away and just, you know, finish off the payments, and it is what it is. You know, I have to be looking for cars to make content with and keep it relevant and keep everything in the limelight. And if they're going to yo-yo between EV, hydrogen, this and blah, one day it's this and the next day it's that, and now we're not getting nothing. And then it's I figure it's a consistent path that's going to decimate all. It would be the ultimate roll racing car. with a theoretical speed of like 300 miles an hour. I think it's over 300. I think I read somewhere it's like an insane speed, like 347. But horsepower's, you know, you're limited by horsepower at that point. But like I said, it's an avenue. So I mean, if the channel, or if not the channel, but if the manufacturers start yo-yoing shit around, I don't know. Maybe I'll go to Ford. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I do like to take the path that's less traveled. I like to do something different. That's kind of why I picked ZL1 instead of a C7. C7s are just, dude, they're freaking everywhere. But I mean, and everybody's after a C7Z. That's why the values are sky high like they are. It's an awesome car, but I'm trying to stand out and be different. And I think that this car would be something that definitely different and definitely amazing. Something, it would be simple enough that I could take it down, killer performance, to be able to freaking do some work. Paragon would be able to do some work on it. LS, who don't know LS platforms, or you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But if I find one, yes, I'll be on it. I'll get rid of my ZL1 just like that. So, yeah. I hope that answers your question. But I'm waiting on Chevrolet. Also, I kind of have reservations of the way that they're just treating us. Like, I don't, you know, it's like there's other exotic brands, you know, the one with the prancing horse. They just abuse their customers and they treat them like crap. And I'm not spending money. I'm not spending money supporting your product to sit here and be treated like, you know what I'm saying? So, also a part of it, but yeah. Just giving everybody a heads up, letting people know that there's other options and avenues that will make you way faster. It's just a little bit of work involved. So, yeah. Other than that, they've done crash testing on these cars. Obviously, they have to if they're going to sell them in the United States. And yeah, from what I've been seeing on all other kit cars, they're the safest, especially with that monocoque design, that all aluminum. And that's the one thing I like about it, is it's aluminum. So if it does get dented up or twisted, it still retains its structural integrity to protect you and keep you safe enough to save your life. And unlike carbon fiber, which, you know, if it gets nicked or if there's a chink in the armor or whatever, it will crack, fly apart. It's unpredictable what that stuff's going to do. There's no tear strength to it. So, yes. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to get off here. I think I'm going to do some other stuff. Tracy, everybody, hope you guys have a good week. Saturday night, be back here to do it all again. Yeah, GM's not caring. No, they're not. They're not caring at all. Yeah. And I mean, their actions speak louder than anything that I can even say about anything that, you know what I mean? Because if they're not even going to talk about their car, they're going to put constraints for no reason on their production, then, you know, it kind of comes down to a point of, if you don't care, then why should I? But, you know, it is about the love of the car, and even if it's gone, we still have Camaros on the road and everything, so the content still could keep going. But, yeah. Okay, fellas. Hope everybody have a good week. Thanks for joining on. I'll see you guys next weekend. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Later.